Welcome. Thank you for showing up early. I appreciate that. Punctuality is a trait that we look for in our employees here at the World Wide Wicket company. I do apologize for being late. I know that this is the last interview of the day, and I am sorry that our previous interview ran long. It was kind of a mistake, but don't worry, this interview should be very timely. I do not expect this interview to go longer than 30 minutes, and I do apologize for starting this interview late. Is there any problem with conducting this interview since we are a little off schedule? All right, good. Did you want any water or coffee before we get started? Yeah, I am aware that you probably have had enough coffee for this late in the day. Now, before we proceed, do you have any concerns with this interview being recorded for posterity and future hiring decisions? You do need to sign here to verify your consent to being recorded purely for internal and business purposes only. Nothing in this interview can be used externally for promotional purposes without your permission and would require another signature for that to occur. Pen, right, yes, let me get the pen. Here you go. No. That's an interesting question. No, yeah, it's a perfectly fine question. So to be clear, this interview will not be posted anywhere for promotional purposes, and that's a spider. Okay, okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm terribly sorry about that. I just didn't. I'm not supposed to usually stop the interview, but since you hadn't finished signing it, have you finished signing the form? Okay, thank you. Let me take that back from you. Okay, and yeah. So I really didn't want the sorry if I scared you at all with the whole spider thing. It's not like I'm afraid of spiders, but you know, when you see one that's right there and really close to you and it was big at the long legs and everything, you just sort of freak out. So I thought rationally, just a good idea to, stop the camera before screaming and cursing and smashing it with the phone. So yeah, you're absolutely right. The phone was not the appropriate tool, especially since it took multiple tries to get the angle right between that. Anyway, hopefully there aren't any other problems or interruptions to this interview. So, yeah. Right. Okay. Where were we? Right. So you signed the form, and your question, right? Your question. No, this will not be posted anywhere. This is entirely just for company purposes of the World Wide Wicket. So of the World Wide Wicket company, we're the only ones that are going to view this interview footage, and we're the only ones allowed to view it. In fact, part of the reason I need that signature is that it would be illegal in this state to record you without your knowledge. And even if it's not posted or anything, and it's just purely for our company purposes, could still be illegal. So that's why I need you to sign that form and verbally, could you please verbally consent that you agree to be video recorded as well as audio recorded, as well as me typing down information regarding this interview? Perfect. That's great. That's exactly what I want to hear. Thank you so much. And right, so we can't post it anywhere without you signing something else. So we would need another signature in regards to... Do you hear something? I'm sure it's nothing. Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing. That's probably an absolutely normal bell sound. That's normal. Yeah. Yeah, no, don't worry about that. That it should be absolutely normal. That's it no, it doesn't happen all the time, but we have a lot of things going on here at the World Wide Wicket Company and a lot of different areas and departments. And this office is not exactly soundproof. So that is why, yes, I do primarily do interviews here, but I do sometimes do conflict resolution. And we have instructed people to stay away from the door and this office during conflict resolutions because sometimes they can be loud and heated. And we don't want that information that is confidential to this environment moving to other rooms. In fact, sometimes we do use a more secluded, soundproofer. That's not the right term. What's the right term? More sound control, a better audio environment for projected volume of voices. There we go. That's a way to say that. And now, before we proceed, do you have any? No, I already did that. Yeah, right. So I'm going to be typing down notes and information. But lately, in our process of going paperless, we do want, for comprehensive data purposes, our audio recording. Is it working? Hello? Well, sorry. The light on the microphone went out, and it's not supposed to do that. Well, yes, I have had a few audio problems before in other interviews. Again, usually not a problem of concern because I'm typing down information as well. So, but it doesn't usually do that. That's different. That's new. I think it's working. No, you know, I could stop the footage and check, but that would take more time, and we're already starting a little late. Let's not get distracted. So now we have an extensive interview process here at the World Wide Wicket Company. You normally consist of 2 to 3 interviews here. Definitely will probably be 2 interviews since. Did you hear something? Sort of like a click kind of sound. It's probably nothing. Anyway, an interview process today should not take more than 30 minutes. We've already lost a lot of time, but don't worry, we're going to speed up. It's going to be great. And if not, hey, you know what? We'll have you back for that second interview. You'll already make it past the first step if there's a error on my side, okay? So, do you have any concerns with that time frame of 30 minutes? Yes, like 30 minutes starting now. We might go a little over. Right, okay, perfect. This is an open interview, so if you have any questions for me at all, please feel free to ask any and all questions relating to this position, of course. No, I don't know what that noise is. It is getting louder, and I don't know. But we're gonna push on through that, and that is a great question. I am very curious about that too. When I find the answer, you know what? I will email you because it is kind of disconcerting. So I'm going to start off though with a little bit of background information about the World Wide Wicket Company. Here at the World Wide Wicket Company, we pride ourselves as being the industry-leading brand of wickets, from manufacturing, distribution, promotion, operation management, and even including research and development. There is no other company that has such a comprehensive process of providing the best wickets, and we are the only company that have a full vertical and horizontal business practices to capitalize upon our reputation and brand when it comes to cooperative efficacy and the environmental impact of wicket protection. As I'm sure you are aware, we are trying to hire and fill this mid-level assistant associate protection agent manager position. We've been trying to fill this mid-level assistant associate protection agent manager position for a little while, and the reason for that time that we've been trying to the reason it's taken so long is that we're really trying to find the perfect fit for this role. It really is a exciting role of a wide variety of details and duties, and really helps mesh the entire organization and team together. So we are looking for a very particular person. However, there are no barriers to entry for this position, where there are no prerequisites that are needed for this position, because a lot of it will be hands-on training. But we are looking for that perfect fit for this position. And so we really want to get to know you. We're going to be going over primarily behavioral and personality-based questions in this interview. This is due to our diverse and specific nature of our company culture. We truly want to find someone with the compatible business aptitude and mindful approach that can really help endorse and promote the spirit of our corporate structure. We want to have our corporate structure mirrored and replicated among all of the other employees here. There are no right or wrong answers to these questions. Okay, there are a few wrong questions to these questions, but what we really want is to get to know you and the many attributes and characteristics that you have that you would bring to this environment of the World Wide Wicket company to make sure that you can thrive and grow within the structure of this company. Now, at the end of this interview, would you mind filling out a quick survey or leaving a comment at the front desk? We are in the process of updating our interview information and the interview processes, and anything you can think that would be helpful would be appreciated and would be useful to, especially if there's a second interview, or to other interview candidates. So we are definitely looking for feedback, constructive, respectful feedback regarding the interview process. So any comments that you could leave, we would be very happy to receive. We are looking to find the right person for the right job, and we're very particular in the individuals that we're looking for. So let's get started. What interested you about this position? Hello? No, I'm in an interview. No, I can't talk. I hold on, sorry. Yeah, no, I can't talk right now. No, there's someone else here. I'm doing an interview. No, I can't talk about that right now. I can't talk about that. That's for another day. Another problem. Just email me. Just send me an email. No, I'm in an interview right now. This person is right here. This lovely person is here for the... Yes, it's for the mid-level assistant and associate manager position, but No. The mid-level assistant associate production agent manager position, not the mid-level assistant agent manager position. No. I can't deal with this right now. I'm in an interview. Give me 30 minutes. No, this isn't professional. This is not the time and place to be doing this. This is not. Look, no. Could you please wait 30 minutes? Yes, I know it'll be overtime. Well, it's not getting any shorter by you staying here. I'm in an interview. Send me an email. I'll get back to you. Do you know what the bell is ringing thing is for? Because that's really distracting. What do you mean? So I should cancel the interview. Well, if it's on the 6th, 5th, and 3rd floor, and we're on the 4th floor, then wouldn't that mean we would be next? No, that doesn't sound safe. Look, I'm in an interview, and if the interview candidate has something, they haven't filled out any of the forms. It's not like they can fill out workers' comp for an interview. Right. No, I feel like this is a problem. Also, we should not be talking about this in front of an interview candidate. Then send me an email. Yes. You can send emails. You can. I trust you. Go send me an email, please. Right now. Okay. Then don't do that. Maybe leave the building. Maybe take your 15-minute break. Maybe the issue will be resolved then. So are you saying that that noise is coming from the entire building, or is it just coming from those floors? Well, according to our safety protocols, which don't get me started on this. You and I both know that all employees are supposed to read their safety manual. All of it. All of the safety manual. That noise, if it's what you're saying, is a safety concern, then we should all leave now until that noise stops. Right. Yes, we're all going to leave because you and I both are aware that there are certain things that have to happen in certain orders. When an alarm goes off, we are to be alarmed and take precautions such as following all safety evacuation procedures. Right. It's the reason why we have our EMT manual. Okay, this isn't the time to correct me on my spelling. Okay, the EMP manual. But that does... Do you know what EMP stands for? Because it seems like you didn't read the manual. Good. Okay. So the first E stands for evacuation, right? No, it doesn't. It stands for emergency. Emergency manual procedures. Okay, so we should, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this. It seems that we should evacuate the building at this time. We can't use the stairs and we can't use the elevator. We're going to have to use the third way out of the building. Well, I get to introduce you to the third way. I'm sorry that normally I conduct interviews on the ground floor, so we don't have to worry about this. But today they moved me to here. Well, yes, I do have two offices, but that's a logistical paradox. Well, you see, I was only supposed to have one office, but then it was under construction, and so then they moved me to another office. That's a whole nother story for another time. That noise is getting louder, and I don't know how it's getting louder since we only have... Oh, we have multiple alarms going off now. Is that what's going on? Okay, maybe you should just go. Send me that email, okay? Okay, go send me that email now. Right, fine. You have a phone. You have email on your phone. Use your phone to send the email. You don't have to go back to your terminal that's in the... whatever you call it, splash zone? I don't know. Anyway, you should leave, and so should we. Bye. Anyway, sorry about all of that. We should postpone this interview until a later time because apparently there is something going on in the building. We're not exactly sure. No, you can't disregard what they said. We're not exactly sure, and we cannot declare anything that is exactly going on. However, we should take the proper precautions and evacuate to this floor at least. Preferably evacuating the entire building. We're going to use the secret exit. That's what we're going to call it for today because you haven't gone through the orientation process. But we're not using the stairs. We're not using the elevator. We're using a third way. So don't be alarmed. And we will regroup and reschedule this for another time. How about that? Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it, and I hope that our next interview will go better, smoother, and be much more coherent. So, congratulations, you've already passed the first interview process. We're going to reschedule this for another day. Thank you so much.